In this video, I want to show you how you can create a fully functional framework calculator using a spreadsheet, whether it's a Google spreadsheet or an Excel spreadsheet, ChatGPT, and Cursor. Hi, my name is Sergey and welcome to my channel. I'm creative director. Also, I teach Figma, Framer, and AI vibe coding. So if you want to learn more, don't forget to subscribe. The link will be in the description below. And don't forget to like the video if you like it and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And now let's get started. All right, so we'll start with the spreadsheet. And this is the one I created in Google Sheets. The link to it will be in the description below so you can follow along with me. And basically you can just duplicate it to your profile and use it. Here we can see several rows over here, and for each row we have different expense that we have. You can list anything you want here, basically. I just did some random stuff and I put some random numbers. We don't have a currency here as well. And here's some notes. And here you can see that this is just a sum of function in the spreadsheet that calculates all the numbers from the column. Second block or section is your working time. And here, basically, what we need to do is you need to select your working days per week, and you can change it to, for example, 4 or 3 if you're lazy and you don't want to work the whole week. And then you can change the amount of hours you work per day. For example, here I have 6 hours, but of course you can list only 1 hour, and that'll be enough for you. And then it will automatically calculate how many hours you work during the week and hours per month. And then when we have this information, we can calculate the actual flat hourly rate that you need to get to cover all the expenses during the month. So basically, in this case, it's 72.92, whatever, euro, dollars, it doesn't matter right now, or Bitcoin. The next part is here, the margin. This is your margin profit. This is what you add on top of your minimum hourly rate. So here we have about like 20%, but of course you can add more. And then you need to add a risk buffer. That means that if something goes wrong, you still will cover the expenses. So let's add like 0.3. It's going to be like your 30%. And for the margin, again, it's 20. You can add more. Let's add like 5. So 0.5, it's going to be your 50%, basically. And the income tax. The income tax is the tax that you can apply, or you don't need to apply it if you don't have any income corporate tax for your income. You can add 0, but if you have any, for example, you have like I don't know, let's say 16, so you'll need to add this value over here, so it is added extra on top of your hourly rate, so you're not going to go below in terms that you're spending on taxes again. And what we have here in this table is that there's a function here that calculates the hourly rate that is your cost and your price that you show to the client. So basically, this is the price client should pay you per hour in order for you to cover your expenses and to have your profit, of course. And then on the bottom here, the most important thing is your service section. And here I just listed like 2 services, but you can add as many as you want. And here you need to enter how many hours you're actually spending on developing and designing or creating, implementing this service. So in our case, it's a landing page. So I put like 24 hours for a landing page. And here's the formula on the right, that this is the total price for this service, right? So, and this is going to be, in our case, for a landing page, we should charge $3,430 or euros, whatever. And this price has, This item is actually has the function that it multiplies the amount of hours on by the price of your hour that you need to charge for a client. So basically, this is how you get this price. So we have this spreadsheet, and now what we need to do, we need to export it. So we go to File, and we need to download it to Excel. After we download it to Excel, we open our ChatGPT. We bring the file to ChatGPT and tell him that we need to analyze that it needs to analyze this document and give a detailed description of the functionality of this spreadsheet. This is important, so you know exactly that ChatGPT understands what this file is about and how it's going to be used. So here you can check what ChatGPT sees, and what it tells me that it explains that this spreadsheet is designed to calculate optimal hourly rate for a freelancer or service provider, which is good, right? And then it shows us different sections. So it shows the monthly expense calculation. So it gives us like expenses that we were showing in the spreadsheet, and also it gives some notes. Then it shows the exact formula. You can check it. Again, you can check it here that it works. This is very important, like to check that the ChatGPT did everything correctly and understands the functionality of the spreadsheet. Then it shows the second section, working time calculation. So it shows that we're working for 5 days a week and 6 hours per day. This is important. It shows the formulas that are used, which is really good. So we see that it's all right, and also calculates the amount of the monthly rate. It's 4 weeks. Here again, we can check it out that it's 4 weeks. You see it multiplies B15, the price per week, by 4, and that's how we get the monthly fee. And then it shows the base hourly rate calculations. So here it explains how it works, and then it talks about the margin, risk buffer, and taxes, which is another section in our spreadsheet. So this is good. And the final hourly rate for a client. So it uses the formula, it understands the formula from our spreadsheet, and then it gives the service price calculation. So it shows the our services, hourly hours required, and it understands the formula that how we need to calculate the price for the client. And then it gives the overall purpose of the functionality and all that stuff. And then it asks you what it can do for us, but we don't need this. The next prompt, what we need to do, we need to tell them to create a detailed prompt which we can use to generate a framework code component of such calculator. Basically, you can use any spreadsheet or any, for example, for some of our clients in the studio projects. For our studio, we get like we need to do a huge calculators with like so much stuff going on, like so much functionality, and we do it by hand, but we also use AI in order for us to make it easier. And this is how you can actually build such things, because it's really hard to build it from scratch. It will take you a lot of time. But if you create a nicely working spreadsheet with all the functionality, then you can use it to create something in HTML and CSS and JavaScript. All right. So what we need to do now, we need to create this component. So we tell them to create a component, right? A detailed prompt for the component. So we're not creating a component here yet. So this is what I got from ChatGPT. So it tells me that create a React component. It shows the goals, right? And shows the tech. Then the layout explains what we're going to see in this component. And now we can see that it shows the sections. So monthly expenses, all right, good. It shows everything. I see that it also applies the comment, but I'm not going to be using it. So I will delete this part. And also I don't see that it says that I can add more of my expenses. So I will add a text here that I can remove rows for my monthly expenses, because here I don't see this information. I can only add expense, so this is good. So it also, you see, it also explains that it will add a button, add expense. So this is pretty cool. Then the section for working time, hourly calculation. So everything is good here. It even gives the formulas, how it should work for the JavaScript. And it looks pretty fine. Yeah, the rest is pretty good. It also, you see, it also gives me a information that you can use different symbols for currency. So it shows the example with euro. So it's pretty cool. I will remove that because I don't actually need it. Well, I'll think about it. And yeah, it also tells me the logic, how it should work, and how the framework integration should work. You see, so this is pretty cool. And some UX polish parts. So it tells me how it's going to work. So it tells me your profit costs over costs, show the percentage. Yeah, so it's pretty good. So this is just like some notes that are going to be in my calculator. Next, what I want to do, next, we need to copy this prompt. So I copy it and I go to Cursor. So in Cursor, I've created a project already. So I have this folder, fee calculator, and I open the new chat and I just paste this information here. And yeah, so this is the prompt. I fixed it a little bit. So I removed information about the currency, and also I added the important thing that I need to be able to add rows for my expenses. And now I use agent mode, and I use auto for the models, but I want to use exactly Claude Sonnet 4.5. Yeah, I believe it's going to work much better. Let's test it out. Again, this is AI, so we don't know what result we're going to be expecting. So we can try to do it with the Sonnet 4.5 and then to try to do it with some other models. But let's try it with Sonnet. And the important thing is that you need to do, or I like to do, I also like to add a file with documentations, with framework documentations on how to build components and code overrides. So I have this file ready and I paste it over here in the beginning, and then goes my prompt. And now I will run the prompt and see what we're going to get. All right, so we have the file ready. So let's check it out. Let's select keep all. And here we see the explanation, what Cursor did. So basically, I believe that everything is fine. Let's see the file. I need to select everything, and now I copy this file, and I go to my framer. Good question. You may ask, why am I using Cursor and not ChatGPT, or why am I not using the workshop? Well, that is built in Framer. Well, I see that I can get better results in Cursor, and I have more functionality in Cursor because the file is located locally on my computer. I can modify it in any way I want, and in Cursor it's just easier for me to work with code because I can work directly in the window instead of just prompting all the time in like ChatGPT or in Workshop and Framer. So I can like modify the code inside of the file and will understand that I just modified it. And it's really easy to do, especially if you work with Figma MCP. For example, you're sending the designs to Cursor and then you need to change there or something. In any case, I opened the Framer file, and now I need to go to my assets. I go to plus, and I want to create a code file, and I will call it a calculator. Or let's say price calculator. And I will create a new component, right? So here I get like basic setup. I will need to select everything and delete. And now I paste the code that I got from Cursor, and now I save it. You see, I saved the file, and here right away I get this component ready. So I go back home and I just throw this component inside of my page. Now I can use, wait, hold on. I can select fill. Well, for some reason it doesn't work. Maybe because it's fixed. The layout, no, it has the layout. For some reason it says fit. Okay, it doesn't matter for now. Here I have some information on the right that I can use and modify. For example, you see I can use a default margin 20, the risk 10, and the tax 16, and the currency symbol. It says that I can use dollars, euro, and pounds, doesn't matter. Let's leave this for now, and let's go to preview mode. And here's the preview of our calculator. And let's try to do something. So basically, let's try to change the pet foods to 500. Yep, you see it calculated. And we don't have any cats, for example. Let's remove the pet's food and we'll save $500. Yep, I removed it and it calculates. So this part works perfectly. Now we have the working time. So we have days per week, 5 and 6 hours. So let's say that I want to work only for 4 days per week, and for example for 5 hours per day, and this is what I get. So it works perfectly as well. So like I'm changing, and here I'm getting 120 hours per month if I'm working 6 hours per day, 5 days a week. Next, we have our margin. So here is 20. So I see it calculates good, and the buffer. So let's add 20 for buffer, 20%, and for my margin, let's add 30, for example. Yeah, this is going to be my margin, and let's say that my corporate tax is really low, that I'm in offshore somewhere, or where the tax is really low, and I'm the lucky one, so I'll have only 1% for my corporate tax. So this is the price per hour that I'm getting. This is the $106, and this is the service section. So here I can add services, and for example, this one is going to be, let's say, logo, and this one is going to be brand book. Yep, brand book, and I can add information here, for example, that I will spend 50 hours during the logo design, and for a brand book I will spend another 90 hours. And here I'm getting the prices for my services, so it calculates automatically. So it's like if I change it to 20 hours that I'll spend on the landing page, I will get this price. So this is the price that I actually need to tell the client. So this is that minimum that I should go in order to get my profit and to stay active. So thing that I want to fix, I want to make it like I want to be able to fill it right in my layout. For some reason, it only acts to fill. So I will tell cursor that I need to fix the widths, and I'll tell him that I need to be able to set it to fill. So this is it. I'm telling him to fix the widths. Currently, well, I made a spelling mistake, but it doesn't matter. It works in fit mode. I want to be able to set fill widths of the component. And now it makes changes, and comparing to, for example, if I do it in ChatGPT or Workshop, it will rerun the whole script. So it will create everything again, like the whole code. And here in Cursor, I only get the fixes of specific lines of code. So it's easier, and it's easier to understand what's going on. So it shows that it deletes something here, and it tells me what changes were made. So I just set keep all, and again I copy everything, I go back to Framer, go back to Press Calculator, select everything, delete, paste, save, and now it should work. So now I can select fill. Yep, this is it, and yeah, it looks beautiful, right? So we have this background. Next, what I can do, I can even tell them that I need to be able to change the colors of the background. So let's do it again. So I need to be able to change the color of the background from the dashboard. So let's see what's going to happen. It thinks and it adds the background control. And now I press keep all, select everything, copy, go back to Framer, go back to my press calculator, delete, paste, save. And let's see. In here, I can change the background. Yep, this is it. So I can set it to light gray like this, for example. And let's check it out. And it is also responsive. Yeah, looks good. And everything works perfectly. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you like it, and I hope now you understand how you can create a custom calculators components for Framer using a spreadsheet, ChatGPT, and Cursor. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and like the video if you like it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.